I'd like to call to order our special meeting for July 11th, 2017 of the Montgomery County Legislature. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Chairman Diamond.
Present.
Legislator Headwell.
Present.
Legislator Wilson.
Present.
Legislator Duchessis.
Present.
Legislator Pep.
Present.
Legislator Isabel.
Present.
Legislator Patel.
Present.
Legislator Kelly.
Present.
Legislator Sweet.
Present.
All set.
Thank you. If we could all stand and salute the flag. Legislator Sweet, can you lead us, please?
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Before we get into the purpose of the meeting, it's always my policy to introduce any dignitaries in the gallery. This evening with us, we have from Village of Canajoharie Trustee Jeff Baker, Mayor Francis Avery, and Town of Canajoharie Supervisor Pete Roman. Thank you for attending, gentlemen. The purpose of the special meeting this evening is a resolution for resolution authorizing for two resolutions, one authorizing the executive to enter into a memorandum of agreement with the Environmental Protection Agency, and the second resolution is authorizing the county attorney to move for foreclosure for tax map parcel number 63-14-1-9-1. So we'll go right to the first resolution. The resolution authorizing the Montgomery County Executive to enter into a memorandum of agreement with the Environmental Protection Agency. I'm looking for a sponsor in a second. Legislator Headwell. Legislator Wilson. Discussion.
Mr. Chairman, I'm familiar with this, but I think a little overview would be good.
Council, would you want to just give a brief overview of EPA?
Sure. So this is an agreement between EPA and Montgomery County. As everyone's aware, when this property came up for foreclosure, it was evident that there were some environmental issues at the site. Part of some of those issues involved an enforcement action from EPA to clean up a bunch of asbestos rubble piles and deal with friable asbestos that's at the site. As a result of the actions EPA has taken, they have a $4 million lien on the property. So prior to foreclosing, we needed to come to some kind of resolution on that lien with them. This memorandum of agreement is the result of those negotiations, and where the county was able to negotiate a release of that lien and some of the EPA's other rights to the property in exchange for 50% of the eventual sale price.
Thank you, and I just want to add I'm appreciative of your efforts. Thank you very much.
Any further discussion?
Sure.
Legislator Patel.
So I know it's difficult to be 100% sure of anything in life, and there's always a presence of discomfort when we're dealing with environmental issues, but you seem to have gone through the whole process and feel confident. I was wondering if you could kind of bring us up to date on for the benefit of everybody, because I know that Roy and I have been involved, but could you bring everybody up to date on the process that we've gone through to limit our liability?
Sure. So the first thing that we did on this property was the IDA had a phase 1 study done, which is basically looking at the records of the site, looking at the environmental history, looks at DEC records, DOL records, to identify any issues. The next thing we had done was a phase 2, which is an in-depth study with actually on-the-ground soil samples and environmental samples being done to look at any contamination. The results of that we've had looked at by a couple of environmental experts, and nothing earth-shattering came out from those results. In addition, we've had ongoing discussions with EPA, DEC, the oil spill fund regarding the site and the property and the approach to take moving forward with it. So to try and eliminate any surprises. that would come up after foreclosure.
Thank you.
Any further discussion? Legislator Sweet.
So we're pretty confident then that the site is relatively clean then? It's not there, and obviously like, it tells us there's no 100% guarantee, but, you know, if we take possession of this and then we find that there's who knows what in the ground, that's going to fall back on the county.
So, what the Phase 2 indicated is that there's nothing incredibly concerning that the Phase 2 came up with. This is why, but that's the important part of the oil spill fund release that you guys authorized a month ago or 2 months ago. If in case any oil does come up on the site, that would deal with that portion of it. We do know right now on the site there is still a lot of friable asbestos, and it is still under an EPA enforcement action. But the county does not have responsibility or is not required to do any cleanup there regarding that, which is why EPA has a $4 million lien on the property because they were anticipating having to clean up the entire thing. So as far as what has been identified so far, we're in good shape.
So past records have shown that there was never any real heavy materials used.
Well, there was stuff at the site, but it looks like, we know from DEC records that there were some spills, of oil spills at the site. Most of those, well, all of the spills were closed. The Phase 2 did drilling in multiple spots on the site to see if there's any residual oil. Nothing really showed up from that. So from what we know, from the Phase 2 is about a 300-page report of environmental analysis and pretty in-depth. So what we know from that is that there's nothing too crazy there.
So the existing asbestos that we know of now will be the next person's issue, or how is that transpired?
Well, the way
The asbestos is there, we'll be cleaning up. We have grant funds to do that.
So the
county will be doing it.
with grants.
Yes.
So there's-
Yeah, we've,
and EPA.
Okay.
and the EPA's hold is harmless on most of all those types of things.
Right. So the MOA covers any future costs that EPA would incur at the site. So say EPA had, for whatever reason, had to go in and incur $2 million for cleanup. They couldn't come back and say, county, you're responsible because now you own it. That's what the MOA addresses.
Thank you, Legislator. Legislator Patel.
So, address Councilor.
Sure.
So, just for clarification, a Phase 1 environmental study is just basically reviewing records that might be on record with NCON or with the county, and more of a historical view of the property through research. Phase 2 is more of an invasive operation where they go in and do test borings and take soil samples and bring it to the laboratory. And that's exactly what we've done.
Right. That's correct.
And do we have any, I get confused about the amount of grants and money that we've been awarded so far for the project. Do you know that amount?
I would defer to our economic development director on that question.
Currently, right now, what's been authorized from the state is on behalf of the Village Engineering Road Restore New York grant. So Village Engineering has been awarded $500,000 to the Restore New York program. In addition to that, we wrote a grant to National Grid for $300,000 to the Montgomery County IDA. We've been awarded that to their industrial brownfield redevelopment. So currently, right now, that we have committed, this fund is $800,000 to the site. And we have pending applications, obviously, out there that we're waiting for.
Thank you.
Any further discussion for Resolution 173? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Resolution 174, resolution authorizing the county attorney to move for foreclosure for tax map parcel number 63-14-1-9.1. Sponsor will be Chairman Diamond, and I'm looking for a second. Legislator Peck. Discussion. I'll just start off the discussion just a little bit. Back in 2014, the property was vacant for 6 years. Director Rose came to us and asked for the initial $35,000 for the Phase 1 study, which we provided. We determined at that point it was going to be a very complicated process, and the county executive, along with the county attorney, put together a team, including a lot of the people in the room here today. The county attorney brought in brownfield specialists to work with us. We met on a monthly basis as things went along, and Legislator Wilson was on the IDA at that time when this project was talked about. So it's been a long process to get to this benchmark. I'm very excited that we're there. As I mentioned, it's not only a big thing for Canajoharie and the surrounding area, but it's a big thing for the county as a whole. So I would like to thank everyone involved for their hard work. We have a lot of work ahead of us, but we're at a very important point in this development. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain?
Pass.
Looking for a motion to adjourn. Legislator Kelly. Legislator Wilson. Usually it's all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
We're adjourned, and